Here, where the Nemaji River, known to the Ojibwe as the left-handed river, winds its quiet way through the eastern edge of Superior, Wisconsin, the water flows steadily past wooded banks and low-lying floodplains. And rising above its gentle current stands a quiet witness to the city's past. The old Nemaji River Bridge on East Hammond Avenue. For decades, this modest steel span carried the daily life of a growing community. A pin-connected, 6-panel Pratt through truss, just 100 feet long. It linked the heart of Superior to the East End, that low-lying floodplain locals called the Fill. It was never the grandest bridge in the Twin Ports, but it was a vital one, a working neighbor that stitched neighborhoods together. Picture the early 20th century. Horses and wagons crossed its open deck, followed by early automobiles, lumber trucks, and families heading home. Children rode bikes across its latticework while the river glinted below. Built around 1906, the bridge took its avenue name from John Henry Hammond, one of Superior's key developers. It became part of the rhythm of life along the Nemaji, a river that had long served the Ojibwe, loggers, and railroad crews who saw this area as a gateway. If you listen closely on a quiet day, when the wind moves just right through its weathered beams, you can still hear her metal, the faint creak and groan of those old pin-connected joints, the subtle metallic sigh of the latticework as it flexes ever so slightly, echoes of the thousands of footsteps, wagon wheels, and rumbling trucks that once crossed her back. She may no longer carry traffic, but her steel still sings a quiet song of Superior's past. All right, folks, here it is. The old brown tower thing at 1414 John Avenue in Superior, Wisconsin. Holy shit, look at this beast. I've driven past this thing 100 times and always thought, what the actual fuck is that? It looks like a rocket that got halfway to the moon, ran out of fuel, and decided to rust in peace next to a brick building. But nope, turns out it's not modern art. It's not a forgotten spaceship. It's a phone tower. Yeah, a goddamn telephone signal tower. Back in the dark ages, before cell phones, before you could yell at your buddy in Duluth, without a wire, Wisconsin Bell built this bad boy. Started out at about 100 feet tall, just your average run-of-the-mill communication tower to beam phone calls across the Twin Ports. Then in 1985, some genius looked out the window and went, oh shit, that big-ass grain elevator is blocking our precious signals. So they jacked it up another 55 feet, because nothing screams technological breakthrough like making your rusty brown rocket even taller so it can scream over a pile of wheat. Back in 1925, yes, a full century ago this year, the good people of Superior decided their downtown needed a serious glow-up, so they built the Androy for a cool $1 million. That's right, Superior's $1 million hotel. They advertised it as the largest and only fireproof hotel in town, which makes you wonder, what exactly were the other hotels made of? Dry kindling and good intentions. Construction started with excavation on Tower Avenue between 12th and 13th. They dug deep, poured concrete like it was going out of style, and boom, neoclassical Beaux Arts elegance rose from the dirt, because nothing says welcome to Superior like a building that looks like it wandered off the set of a Gatsby party. So here's to the Androy Hotel, Superior's $1 million survivor. 100 years of glamour, grit, near misses, and electric face steamers. It watched the city change, hosted the famous, housed the locals, and somehow never quite burned down. If these walls could talk, they'd probably complain about the Wi-Fi. Thanks for staying with us, metaphorically, of course. Book a room if you dare. Just don't forget your sense of humor, and maybe a flashlight for the hallway.